My wife is struggling. Last night I could tell something was off. We don't argue or fight, as can be a traditional mode of combat in a relationship, but something was out of sync. Where we would trade jokes and insights, there were odd looks and eggshell fragility to our barbs. She left the room after a brief exchange of chilling interactions, which was odd, as she always watches the University of Wisconsin basketball games with me. I came to bed several hours later, not a word exchanged. The next morning, I decided to take the be positive and ignore last night approach. I smiled and cheerily said, "Good morning." She turned and said, "I'm sorry. I was wrong last night." I hugged her and asked, "What's going on?" She said, "I'm struggling. Some days I can barely make it through." My typical male response wants to dive in with both feet, identify the cause-effect relationship, solve the defective impulse, and create a productive solution that alleviates the pain. I asked for more details. What does she mean by struggle? What is she struggling with and about? Is there something I did or did not do to contribute to her consternation? She tried to put into words her feelings and shadowy wrestling with thoughts and perceptions. Thankfully, she let me off the hook and conveyed it wasn't about me or anything I had done. Her struggles came from a series of surrounding circumstances, hit and miss jabs, and feints that clouded her thinking and peace of mind. These are circumstances I had little or no control over. The distance from her adult kids, disconnectedness from former friends, a grandma missing her grandchildren. Still, in keeping with my gender, I offered several options, tried to solve the situation with objective plans drawn from my years of building businesses, counseling experiences, and professional insights. Although my wife was graciously listening to my master schemes, as I planned a mass invasion into her battle, with me, her valiant husband, leading the charge to victory, I think what she needed just then was a hug. I might have added, "I hear what you're saying," followed with, "I love you, and we will work this out together." But more importantly, the best offer I could have made right then was a hug. The primary response when one is struggling and the other is attempting to understand is to ask a direct question. Right now, what can I say or do, if anything, to help? The wrong choice could send the wrong message. If I do nothing, judging this as a passing issue with little direct impact, I risk sending a message that I don't care. Too much instruction on what I think ought to be done, and I am perceived as controlling or telling her what to do. While being sensitive to the balance between offering options versus remaining silent and supportive, I believe the most productive course of action is one that is true in any situation when one is not quite in sync with the other. Listen. Listen to the words being said. Listen to the tone, discerning any difference between the literal spoken words versus a softer undercurrent of emotions not overtly expressed. Listen for intent. Listen to send a message that I care and I value you and want to understand your struggle. At one point in our conversation, I honestly said, "I may not know what you mean, but I do empathize with being torn between where you are and where you want to be." It's a lie to pretend I do understand when I don't. That doesn't mean I can't explore and probe for better understanding, seeking to clarify the underlying confusion. We have all been unsure of what to do about a situation when we cannot clearly see the shore through the fog. It will be the messages conveyed during this delicate dance that determine whether a struggle is worked through rather than eroding into deeper despair or misunderstanding. I could have taken her confusion as a personal assault, an affront to the hours I'm working, the effort I'm expending to make everything safe and happy for her. But that would have been self-serving and tragically off the mark. Rather, my job, my duty, is to convey, I hear what you're saying, I'm trying to understand, and I'm willing to offer any help I can. It's a matter of walking the path together, making this journey one of trust, respect, sacrifice, consideration, and adventure. I know what it means to struggle. I know what it means to be rejected for the conflicting thoughts and emotions causing our own personal grappling with life. I accept my wife's struggle, and together we will traverse from uncertain waves and shifts in the sea to firm, solid footing. As long as I keep listening, keep talking, adhere to loving patience as our shield, protecting what is most valuable above all, our life together.